the Bible, giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and blessing to the hopefully elect that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing the word of truth and sincerity. Okay, and we're just out here another week to prophesy the downfall of America, all right, which is known as Babylon in the scriptures. When you go into Revelation, it talks about mystery Babylon the Great, all right, which that's what this place is. All right, it's a secret that's been revealed in these times. All right, the Hebrew Israelites, or so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, and the scattered Israelites that are descendants of them throughout the four corners of the earth. Because when you go into the scriptures, you have the 12 tribes that have been intermarrying and intermingling with all these other nations for, you know, generation upon generation. The Lord, every time, you know, Israel would go and deal with these other nations, the Lord would jack them up, you know. Out there in the Middle East, you had the land of Canaan, right there, where the land of Israel is at right now. And you had all these other nations that were situated all around that. What's the Hosea 6th chapter? Ezra's 8:69, the nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, the Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land. So you had strange people of the land was talking about the people. So the strange people that it's talking about is talking about the nations that were not Israelites, man. Right? See, what you got to understand about the Bible, like everybody on the earth today, all came from, you know, different seed lines. Right? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You know, they're different, their sons, different generations. And the Lord would separate certain people out through the line of Shem. And through that line came Abraham, came Isaac, and came Jacob, in which Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, the God of the Bible, the creator of the universe, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, made promises to those people. Promises to those men that their seed would be blessed, all right, forever. So there was a holy people that was chosen to be above all people that's on the face of the earth. So every nation that you see is not an Israelite, right? They're meant to be under subjection to the Hebrew Israelites, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay.
This is Genesis 17 and verse 1. And when Abram was 90 years old, and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty Yahweh, walk before me and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and the Pharaoh talked with him, saying, As for me, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shalt thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee. And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations, for an everlasting covenant to be a power unto thee and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power.
Because Abraham dwelt in the land of Canaan. When the Lord said, hey, all this land that you see here from the Euphrates all the way down to the wilderness of Egypt, you're going to get all of this land. You know, and that was by the words of Yahweh by Shema Shai. And just because you have Esau over there in the land of Israel right now, that's prophetic, man. Alright, that's in the Bible, in the scriptures. It tells you that the heathen will be in the Holy Land. Alright? The Holy Land being Israel, that land over there. Okay? And so, right now what you have is you have Israelites in captivity. Alright? All over the world, in these different countries. Alright, because these other nations that were meant to be subject to the Israelites, like you had during the time of King Solomon, alright, which is an Israelite, the seed of David. Alright, he sat on the throne of David, right? You had 40 years of peace during his reign, in which all the other nations were completely subject to him. And that was in order. Everything was in order at that time. Alright? But through Israel not following the commandments of Yahweh Shai, right? Because that's the thing about being an Israelite. It's not just about, okay, alright, I'm an Israelite. Or I believe I'm an Israelite. It's more than that. You have to actually be that. You know? You can't just say it. You know, you have a lot of people that they might come across a video, they might come across brothers preaching or whatever, and then they'll dig it. They'll be like, yeah, all right, I'm an Israelite. I'm one of the chosen people of Yahweh Shai. And then that's as far as it goes. And you can walk around, you can be cussing out heathens, telling everybody you're an Israelite, that they're Israelites. But at the same time, that's as far as your knowledge went, man. See? But you got to go deeper than that. Alright, in order to receive the love of Yahweh Shema Shai, in order to make you call it an election sure, you got to be diligent. You got a lot of Israelites that think they're going to be saved just for being Israelites. They don't realize that the scriptures tell you this, that's not so. Alright? So this is 1 Ezra 8 and 69. The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles to wit. Right? What are the pollutions of the Gentiles? Their ways. Alright? Their different ways that they govern themselves. Their gods, their idols that they would bow down to. Alright? And you would have Israelites that would adopt these different heathen traditions so that they would be able to intermarry with their women. It says, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites, Egyptians, and Edomites. See, all these nations were living around Israel. So, they would all be having dealings with each other. It says, for both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. The holy seed. Alright? So that's talking about sons and daughters of Israel being mixed with the other nations. That's what that means, the holy seed being mixed. It means that you had Israelites that were having sex with the other nations. Their kids, alright, were coming out, and you know, they're so-called half Moab or Esau or whatever. Go ahead.
Hosea 7 and 8, Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
And Ephraim, when you go into Ephraim, the tribe of Joseph, that's the head tribe of the whole northern kingdom. And so Ephraim could be representative of all 10 of those tribes.
Yep, because you look at a lot of Latinos, they think they're better than the southern kingdom because they look like Esau. A lot of them are Colombians. When you look at them, the tribe of Asher, you look at them, a lot of them are blonde-haired and white. That bitch, Shakira, she's an Asherah. She looked like a straight up black bitch. You know what I mean? When you look at Cameron Diaz, her father is scribe, but she looks like a straight up white girl, man. Because a lot of the Ephraimites, they hold themselves off that pride because they're lighter skinned, because why they mix themselves with these other nations. You got some Puerto Ricans that are dark skinned. You got some Puerto Ricans that look like Ishmaelites. You got some Puerto Ricans that look like Esau, man. Super light skinned. Why? Because they mix themselves amongst these other nations. And what came with them mixing themselves physically, like the brother brought out, the Holy Seed was mixed. The Holy Seed was also mixed because that spirit got influenced by other philosophies, man. You know, not just skin tone. Because the Lord uses the flesh for an indicator. But as the scriptures say, that's only a confusion of face. Okay, we were just talking about it. We got fucking Ephraim over there. Just blonde haired out, looking like straight up war bags. We had a great precept. This is Jeremiah 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, the house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Yeah, it says learn not the way of the heathen. This year you notice that nobody went trick-or-treating during Halloween. The Lord is killing this spirit here in America. Like, it's completely dying. You know, you got people, they're trying to have house parties and dress up their kids and decorate. They're holding on to a dying tradition. Alright? Alright, because Esau is trying to bring in his new world order, man. And that new world order is going to come with heavy calamity. Alright?
Yeah, just like I posted a video in the chats about what was it called? Just posted in the chats. And pretty much it's about martial law. Pretty much it's about COVID-23. A new virus screwing up so they can lock you people down. And they said that they locked down, I believe, 100 million people. They said like 30 million died by the virus.
Is Isaiah 24 and 8, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone.
Yeah, see, everybody, hey, when you go into Amos, it says, who can but prophesy? That's why you have all these different conspiracy channels. You know, you have all these people talking about, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You got all these people prophesying. Because who can but prophesy? You got regular ass people talking about, oh man, they're going to lock down again. That's prophesying. Because you're saying something that could happen before it happens. You know? And that's the time that we're in. As the apostle said, 2020 is the year of prophecy. And you have a lot of people prophesying. And it's gonna pick up more and more because Yahweh is making his judgment manifest on the earth. He's showing you that this is Babylon. Alright? He's taking the mirth from it. The city that was living carelessly. All right, now everybody's starting to worry, man. Now everybody's starting to really get scared, man. And they're looking for answers. Oh, what's going to happen? This is a time of insecurity, man. This is a heavy time of, hey, as I say, these unsure times. Because you're not sure what the fuck's going to happen next. We know. All right, we know what's going to happen. All right, because we know who's ruling this world, man.
Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, your younger men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit.
Yep. So everybody's seeing that we're in troublesome times, man.
Everybody's starting to see the world for what it's about to be. Okay, seeing that the return of the Lord is getting close. You know, you had Apostle Hart post a video about some Elamite woman that looked like, and she had a vision or a dream of the Lord Yahushua returning. And she was saying that he was a big, angry black man. Okay, and when he came, he was, pretty much judging the place. That's what you have to look forward to in these coming days. Alright? We're living in the last times. That's why the major, what do you call it? The major gift, the most valuable gift you can have of being an Israelite is to be a prophet, man. That's why it says in the scriptures, you have diversity of gifts. Healers, teachers, so on and so forth. But it said that the main one is to prophesy, man. That's the one that every brother really needs to have. The highest gift of all your gifts is to be able to prophesy. Be able to come out here on the highways and byways and declare what's going on, not out of your own mouth, but what the scripture says. Because that's one thing that these other ones, like the brother was talking about, you got conspiracy theorists, they prophesy, they tell you what's going to happen, but they're not prophets. But they're not prophets because they're not using the scriptures, man. They can't use the scriptures because this is only given to 144,000 men. There's only 144,000 prophets, alright?
Yep, and they don't understand the scriptures.
Yeah, they're not prophets. They weren't chosen. They weren't set up to do this. Yes, sir.
There's Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery.
It's all full of lies, man. Man, these younger cats, one of the generations after us, man, y'all living in the fucking worst time, Nothing but lies being sold to you, man.
Your fucking high school crush, you could be a trainee. This is the city of confusion that's broken down. Like the brother brought out. There's a quiet in the streets. That's why you got all these people bugged out on the internet. They doing all kinds of weird shit, man. Believing that the earth is flat. Why they believe in that shit? Because it's a crime for white men. They want wisdom. They want to understand what's going on. And they're not getting it because whoever their parent was, whoever that person's parent was all plugged out. In a society that races was all plugged out.
Yep. Hey, the biggest lie that you got sold was Christianity, man. Catholicism. That you're a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American. Not being told who you actually are. You know, Esau, Edom, so-called white man telling you that he, you know, oh, I'm the white man. You know, Jesus is white. Y'all got to come up under me. That's a big fucking lie. All right, America itself, just like what it is a lie. This is not a nation, man. And neither can it ever be a nation. All right, this is Babylon, which means confusion. All right, but you got multitudes of people all mingled together in this place. You got Edomites that look like other nations, Israelites that look like other nations, right? All mixed up together here, living in this big old cesspool, man. All right, and you didn't realize what this place was. All right, you looking around like when you start really understanding the truth, you looking around at everything, and you notice all the stores, the roads, the transportation, the taxes, right? Everything is built by you Israelites, but all the money goes to Esau, man. You work for a company, Esau owns that company. You go and you buy food and buy things that you need, it's from the same factory that you work in. You buying the product that you're packing, man.
That's if you're lucky. That's if you have the opportunity. Because say you work at a ranch or a farm where they got grazing bulls and grazing cows. Real much most of the grass fed, all that product you're butchering, you're processing, they're shipping that shit overseas, and they're bringing you bullshit from other places, repackaging it. So that's really if you're lucky, And his brother were talking about a turkey plant. And he was talking about penicillin. But I was working at a turkey plant where they'll have different grades of meat, man, different grades of turkey. They'll have your regular shit that you guys go buy, and it's the worst shit you could get. They're loaded with antibiotics, all these drugs, different chemicals, and then you have different grades. They'll say it's all grass-fed, vegetable-fed, it's non-GMO, but they still loading that shit up.
It's that pure white compared to that brick that was stepped on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could get the prime, the pure, right? Or the shit that's all loaded with GMOs and bullshit, hella fat, so that they can get the most bang for their buck out of that, man. That's why it's so cheap. Alright? Because there's more of that product because of what they put in it, man.
Yeah, you go to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree and whatnot, they got food in there for $1, right? But if you look at the back, it'll say this product was produced with genetic engineering. They'll tell you, this product is only 30% beef. What's the rest?
What's the rest of it?
That's why it's so cheap, because it's Frankenfood, it's not real. That's why, it's better to make your own food than even that. Okay? You're not going to get the best, because all the shit's all fucked up anyways, man.
Yeah, and they use these advertisements to sell to people that don't know shit. They have those trucks that have chickens with 100% vegetarian feed. But chickens aren't even vegetarian. They eat bugs, they eat grubs, they eat mostly protein. So people will see vegetarian, oh shit, it's a vegetarian chicken, it's healthier. And just from them seeing that, they go and buy it just because they think it's healthier. But chickens are naturally eating bugs, they eat more protein. So that's part of Esau's witchcraft that they say, hey, buy this instead of that, So these people think that they're getting something healthier when really it's not.
And at the end of the day, the worst part about it is the fact that everything you got to get from Esau. You don't know what's in it, where it comes from. All right? You don't get to grow your own food. You don't get your own land. You don't get your own house. Everything is borrowed here, man. All right? Everything is lended to you, and you got to pay taxes on it, man. Alright, you don't follow the stupid traffic laws, but you get fined, you get taxed. Alright? You fucking do something as simple as throw trash on the ground, you can get like a $200 fine for that. Or $1,000. If that ain't injustice, I don't know what is. That's madness. Here it is, this guy is dumping gallons upon gallons of fucking trash in the ocean. Straight up toxic waste. But if you throw a gum wrapper on the ground, your ass getting taxed. Alright?
That's what it says, the hypocrite.
Yep, the hypocrite, man. Oh, give me that Job, what's that, Job, 4? No. Job 20 and 4? What's 4?
Knowest thou not?
Yep.
This is Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Yeah, the triumph. See, Esau's in power right now, but he's going down, man. All right, his cities. Look, everybody's starting to riot. Look at France. All right, everybody's trying to escape France because they locked back down again. The whole country now. All right. You had that one Edomite that was on stage said, we got to treat this new world order, new world of COVID. Esau's through, man. He's tripping, man. See, but we're out here to wake you up. See, but the majority ain't going to get it. You got this asshole wearing a mask in his car. All right, you people are fucking through, man. It tells you in the scriptures, never trust thine enemy. You ain't supposed to be listening to nothing the devil has to say, man. You're supposed to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because if you fear the Lord, you got nothing to worry about. You don't got to worry about no pestilence. All right? You might get sick or whatever, something, but hey, man, the Lord will take care of you. You'll be all right. At the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to protect the men that fear him, man. That keep his commandments. It says that he is the guide of them that keep his commandments. See, people like that, though, they're true. Don't know what the hell's going on. You going around here, look, everything's dead. Alright? You going around here acting like it's still fucking 1992, man. America's getting ready to be destroyed, man. That's why they're talking about this dark winter. They're probably going to unleash the real plague in the wintertime, man. I don't know if that's what they're going to do for sure, but that's a big possibility. They're going to unleash something real, man. Where you motherfuckers is actually dropping dead at high numbers like you scared, like you think is happening right now. They was talking about hospitals being packed and shit. You went to the hospital, nobody was in that fucking place, man. Nobody was there.
Yeah, these nurses had so much time. They were making TikTok videos of them dancing. They had so much free time during this COVID thing. They were just on TikTok all day making dancing videos. Okay.
In fact, you had people dying because they were scared to go to the hospital because of the COVID shit. You had people with serious ailments like kidney problems and liver problems that were fucking dying, not getting treatment because they was too afraid to go to the hospital.
They were killing a lot of old people.
They were doing that too.
They were killing a lot of old people, a lot of old cancer patients, people dying from different ailments and writing it off as a COVID-related death.
Yep.
Just to boost up the numbers, man. Just to fuck with you people, man. You sheeple. Because here it is, you people are gonna fucking pass these bills right off and vote for different people that are just following the elite's agenda, which is to get everybody shoved into a FEMA camp, man. To get you a microchip, man. To lock down the cities again. And it's a lot of you damn devils. A lot of you fucking devils that are passing these bills just because you're a demon. Then you got Jake's stupid ass because they want, what do you call it? Equality. You fucking devils. So that's all Jake wants. All these 2/3 is niggas want is to just be at equals with you devils and everything will be at peace, man. That's all they want. They don't care about the Lord saving them and God's chosen people. All they want is peace, man. And they'll get it the simplest way they know. They're trying to please this fucking devil, man.
Yep. Hey, that's why they said the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. You got Esau talking about hate speech. Oh, anti-Semitism. You gotta stop letting this hate speech run rampant on social media. Here it is, you got a fucking agenda to enslave the world. Talking about Esau, so-called white man going into slavery. Right? How about some y'all gonna come and put you in slavery? That's hate speech. But then here it is, you are actually running an agenda right now to put everybody in slavery. To microchip everyone.
This guy got so many agendas, man. This guy got so much shit. And you know what? It's gonna be complete slavery, man. Complete slavery for everybody that isn't in a league. Even his own people. He wants slavery.
Yep.
And then he wants to take your kids to some fucking dungeon somewhere so he can do things with them. Oh, we need to take them for their education. You look at the word education, it means like training of cattle.
That's what it is. That's education. The original, because a lot of people, that's not what education, but when you see, you got to understand about Esau is he'll take words and change them. He'll change the meaning of a word. All right, to laugh at you in your face so they could chuckle about it behind closed doors.
Or he'll add a new definition. Where the other definition is still written, it's real, but it's hidden somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like me and the brother were talking about Eden. What Eden meant. But now when you look it up in the blue letters, it means pleasure. Now you look up Eden in the blue letter, it means pleasure. That's fucking dark, bro. Pleasure. That's what Esau's all about. Pleasures. The flesh. You know? But I remember when you were actually able to look at the definition. It was very nice, man. I had to pull up an old video from 5 years ago just to show them what the true definition is. Why does Esau change it? Or when it says thou shalt not abhor Edomite. When you look at the word for Edomite, the word there is Aramia, which means Assyria. And it's talking about a specific clan that was in Syria, which was our cousins. You know what was named Padan?
Laban.
Laban's daughter. Laban. They were our direct, cousins.
And they were in Padan Aram. And Aram is Syria. That's why it says that. This Ecclesiastes 10:6, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
That's what Jake's in such a low state. Why? Because Esau took rulership, and now he's sitting on a high horse. He has the power. Well, a horse represents power, so he's in the power seat. He can control what you cannot do. And it was supposed to be the other way around. Okay, Esau's a servant. He's supposed to be walking. He's supposed to be in a low place. But it goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy that the Lord said, I'm going to set your enemies higher than you. You're going to have to go to your enemies for the one of all things. Not because Esau submitted, but because of the God. The Lord also said, he that toucheth you touches the apple of my eye. So although Esau's in the power seat, although he's doing what he's doing, although he's judging Jake, and Jake deserves that judgment, the Lord is ultimately going to judge Esau at the end of the day because Esau has forward the affliction. He went above and beyond his measure. Okay, we were supposed to go into slavery, and this man was supposed to come out the guts and say, you guys are the Israelites, this is why it happened. And give us the book, give us the Bible. and they'd set up priests and whatnot over us, rehabilitate us in righteous way. When you look at all the old captivities, you know, even Egypt, we knew who we were when we went into captivity in Babylon. They still set up the priests close to them, and they gave them money, told them to go out, build the temple, things of that nature. But look at Esau. He totally stripped us of everything. He knew what it was, okay? But because of his greed, because of his wicked heart, he knew that once we get back up, he would have to go down. And he didn't want that. He doesn't want that. That's why he does so much to hide the word.
That's exactly what's happening today.
Yeah, that's the scripture say, you know, follow the devil. You know, and the lust you follow, you do. And he was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. The truth is far from Esau, because the truth is what's going to bring Esau down. All right? Like it tells you in Revelation 7, man. As soon as the last member of the elect is sealed, it's over for Esau.
Yeah, it says when this gospel is preached throughout the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come.
Yeah, because the elect has to be sealed with the word. But remember in Revelation 7, it says the angels are holding back the wing until the last member of the elect is sealed. And once he's sealed, the doors are going to loose.
There's Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of the Most High in their foreheads.
So that great destruction is not going to come until, you know, that appointed time, right? Because all the elect have to wake up, all right, and be sealed with this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know, receive the Holy Spirit of truth, faith, right? Because ultimately that's our bread and butter at the end of the day. It's our fear of the Lord, man. Give me Isaiah 33:6. The fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua maketh a merry heart, man. And it's all through the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's why you got Israelites out there that look like the Hebrew of the Hebrews, man. Like that one Jake that came up. You know, my ancestors was the first ones that set their pinky toe in slavery. But he couldn't understand it though. But you got people looking like Japhet waking up, man. You got brothers looking like Esau waking up. You got brothers looking like Moab waking up, man. Why? Because it's through the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? The Lord is going to call you and give you that spirit. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is, because it says in the scriptures, you know, in the division of the nations, every nation was a ruler was set up over them. But Israel is the Lord's portion. So you got to realize you can't be an Israelite unless you're serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That was what separated Israel from all the other nations.
And that's what the fuck Israel is. You know? So the Lord said, hey, because you asked for a king. He said, Saul, and Israel fell from that moment. Because the Lord will still deal with Israel, even though Israel will fuck up and then rise back up because the Lord would have mercy. Then Israel got tired of it and said, you know what, Lord, give us a king that's going to rule us so that we won't fuck up. And then the prophet came to him, I'm not sure who it was, I think it was Samuel. He was like, you guys did it. Pretty much he was like, you guys fucked up for asking that, man.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get what you asked for. And then when you start getting jacked up, then you're going to understand why.
Well, he even told them this is the manner of the king. Is that, you your lambs will become his lambs. You're the best of the goodliest of your sons will serve in his army. Your women will be his maid servants, you know? And they still were like, whatever, man, we want what we want. But it was all through the Spirit to set up King David, you know, set up the throne of David, ultimately, so you could, come on the earth and be that living sacrifice, be that propitiation for the sins of the nation of Israel that repent.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it was all about, partaking in the tree and knowledge of good and evil. Okay, in order to become a perfect deity, perfect God, perfect power, you have to understand both aspects of life. And that's what ultimately was all set up for Israel to fall, and then understand what it's like to get jacked up, and why you get jacked up, and receive that mercy, and full understanding of the whole concept. Because we understand what righteousness is. We understand what wickedness is. It's just being in this body, we can't accomplish righteousness over wickedness, man. Because this body, these are chains of darkness. But the Lord is going to change all that soon to where we're going to be perfect. We're not going to go off. But when other nations go off, then we're going to show them the left hand. Okay? They're going to receive them judgments, man. We're going to send evil angels upon them. But we're never going to have to suffer those things again. Because we're going to be perfect. Just like the Heavenly Father, He created peace. He creates peace and evil. But we're going to be keeping the peace and sending evil.
See, you got to realize just because you're an Israelite, that doesn't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, when Israel would go to war, if Israel wasn't right with the Most High, the Lord would let the heathens have at us, bro. We'll get fucked up. Alright, we'll get slaughtered. Get put into captivity, get kicked into the dust, get our teeth knocked out. Alright? So at the end of the day, it's all about Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Alright, the Lord created Israel to serve and to exalt Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. That's what separates you as an Israelite. Alright? Anything other than that, okay, you're not part of that. You're not the Israelite of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, as it says in the scriptures. That's what the Lord is looking for. All right. Damn, see, one of the people about to sin by that, but get Deuteronomy, hold the stuff that you got. Get Deuteronomy the 4th chapter.
That's what we say. It's a living spirit.
Yep. And you're only going to receive it by doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Everything that you get from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, whether it be blessings, whether it be cursing, whether it be judgment, whether it be salvation, it all comes from the Lord. So you got to be seeking to please the Lord if you want to receive the benefits. If you want to receive knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you want to receive faith, the spirit of truth, you want to be able to prophesy, you got to be, hey man, you got to keep the commandment, bro. You got to do the work. You got to do the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, or the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, in order to receive these things, man. It doesn't just come out of nowhere,
This is Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Yep. Now I'll say this: you have to be called, okay? But in order for you to grow, you got to be diligent. In order for you to grow, you got to make your calling and election sure. All right, give me that Deuteronomy.
There's Deuteronomy 4:1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, power of your fathers, giveth you.
Hey, so in order to possess that land, in order to be set up, all right, you're going to have to keep the ways of the Lord, man. All right, and this time to the best of your ability. All right, your spirit has to be set upon, pleasing Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. That's what it's got to be, as it says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you. Because at the end of the day, that's your salvation. All right. At the end of the day, that's your salvation. All right, it's keeping the ways of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. Go ahead.
There's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
You have to fear Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. Without the fear of the Lord, all right, you don't have anything, man. All right, you don't have anything. All right, because that's our treasure, is the fear of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, go ahead.
Back in Deuteronomy 4 and 2, ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
That you can't add or take away from it. You have to preach the word for what it actually is. All right. When you say where it says in the scriptures that Esau is going to be slaughtered, you got to preach that, man. And you got to let people know who they are. All right. When it says in the scriptures that the nation of Israel is above all the other nations, all right, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua chose the nation of Israel out of all nations to set His love upon. It's not for everybody. You got to preach that, because that's what's in the Bible. That's the truth. So you can't take away, you can't add, you can't be like, oh yeah, some of them, or no, none of that, man. You can't sugarcoat this. It is what it is. All right, anything else is wickedness, man. All right, that makes you a liar. All right, makes you a scumbag. All right, go ahead.
That ye may keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, your power, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Lord Yahweh did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Lord Yahweh thy power hath destroyed them from among you.
Yeah, so we tell you, if you commit adultery, all right, the Lord's going to destroy you. If you commit homosexuality, the Lord's going to destroy you, man. If you bowing down to worshiping these other idols, out here, if you into these other philosophies, right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy you. You're not going to make it out of here, man. If you of another nation, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy you. Okay? Simple as that. Okay?
But ye that did cleave unto the Lord Yahweh, your power are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
So things that were back then are the same as things now. So those that cleave unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua at this time are going to live. All right, those that fear the Lord are going to live. All right, go ahead.
Even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them? As the Lord Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon Him for. And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest thou depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord Yahweh thy power in Horeb, when the Lord Yahweh said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that ye may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children.
And that's our bread and butter. All right, you have to learn to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Because if you don't, all right, you're not going to take this thing seriously. All right? And, you know, that's not a good thing. So you got to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right? That's the beginning of knowledge. All right? That's the main point. You know? And that's what brings you close to the Lord, man. Alright, because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai knows everybody. Alright? He knows who's doing what. Alright? He knows who's thinking what. Alright? He knows where everybody's heart's at the end of the day, man. So you want your heart to be set upon the fear of the Lord, man. Alright?
There's Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
Yep. See, that's understanding. Alright? What these other nations are doing, what Esau is doing, okay, Esau has no understanding. He had all this knowledge, he got all this wisdom. Alright, he's able to, play with DNA and split atoms. But he's not able to keep the commandments. He's not able to do the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He's not able to understand the scriptures. Alright? He can't understand judgment. Alright? So that's the main thing right there, man. Fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and live. That's the message, man. Because the Lord's getting ready to do away with all this stuff, man. Alright, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. You know? Everybody's out here doing their own thing. Alright? Alright, doing their own will. It says in the scriptures that all the lofty looks of man shall be humble. Alright? Everybody on this earth is walking around in great pride, man. Alright? You doing